Hello, friends. Welcome to today's show. I'm Dr. Helen, founder and CEO, that would be Chief Engagement Officer of Dr. Helen Speaks, Strengths, Resilience, and Leadership. We come together each week and meet to explore topics to discover, uncover, and unpack ways for you to level up your leadership. How does that happen? We help you leverage your strengths, the best of who you are, a combination of nature and nurture. They both contribute to how we come to know and grow and develop our strengths. We work with you to navigate weaknesses. We all have them. Is there anything in life that you've attempted to do that you weren't successful at the first time, the second time, and who knows? You've decided maybe this isn't the best for me. Weaknesses, we all have them. We can't make them go away. What we can do is learn how to navigate them and not have them step into what we're seeking to achieve in life, what our goals are, how we want to show up and make a difference in the world. And lastly, we help you build your resilience. Why is resilience important? Resilience is a power that helps you to persevere and push through to what you want for your life and to avoid what you don't want for your life. Resilience works to keep the derailers to your success from disrupting or destroying your dreams. When have you encountered something in life that really got in the way of your success and you didn't know what to do about it and you stressed over it and you said, oh, how can I make this go away? Resilience can help you understand what you can do when you get knocked down by life and you get back up. And instead of wondering, how did I get through that? Conscious awareness to your resilience helps you understand that when life is knocking you down, you're going to pull from your toolkit of resilience, that which you need to keep you pushing forward and moving out of the way, the distractions that are there to stop you. At Dr. Helen Holton at Dr. Helen Holton and Associates, we share with you our innovative, heart-centered approach to help you achieve more success with less stress and greater joy in your life. All really important things that work together. How does success show up? And what does it look like for you? We've learned there are 3 clear ways to measure what success looks like, how to measure it. Number 1, an improvement in performance, yours and your team. Because it's not all about you. Whether you have employees, associates, contractors, virtual help, however you have it, that helps you get things done. When you are doing the things that are keeping you focused on what you're after, performance increases, it improves. An increase in your productivity, which we're going to talk about today with our theme of productivity produces results. Yeah, productivity is the ingredient, what we put in motion to help us achieve what we're after. And thirdly, growth in your prosperity potential or profits. However, prosperity potential is so much more than just saying your profits, because your profits are not always measured by dollars and cents. It's prosperity, it's peace of mind, it's growing your business in ways that are helping you to exponentially increase what you do or get it out to the world. And ultimately, yes, it does impact the bottom line, but it's not just about the bottom line. It's about the quality of life you live. All of these things are prosperity potential. And you are the best person to determine if you're successful at achieving what you've set out to be as a leader. So those three measures awaken a path for you to have more of what you want on purpose, with intention, and on your terms. As your show host, coach, connector, and convener of leaders, Dr. Helen Speaks is a resource to support you in how to optimize your life, your leadership, and your legacy. Do you have the opportunity to do what you do best every day? I ask this each week because it's a powerful question to get you to consider what you do best. How does your best show up daily? Are you living your best life ever? Over the years, what we've learned is that at the heart of what you want lives within you, a higher power to deepen your awareness and your engagement with your best self. It's through your willingness to confront your deepest truths. And I mean your deepest truth. They're not always positive. However, when you really get down to it, your deepest truths are powerful, more so than the surface detractors and distractions and disruptors that would have you to believe that what you really believe deep in your heart isn't what you really want. Truth be told, it's your deepest thoughts within that help you to develop the production of what you need to do to produce the results of how you want to show up in the world with the gifts and graces that only you can bring into the world. Give that some thought. What we know that we're here to share with you is that at the heart of what you want lives within you, a higher power to deepen your awareness and engagement with your best self. It's through your willingness to confront that makes an impact and a difference. And it's where transformation really begins, personally and professionally. There are two key ingredients to success: communication and engagement. And this is beyond the engagement you do with yourself, it's the engagement you have with the world. These two are near the top of the most effective ways to level up your leadership, to empower you for more satisfaction, peace, and joy. When you think about your personal why, your purpose, passion, and calling in life, that which makes you unique and sets you on a path to be seen, heard, and impactful, yeah, it's how you communicate and how you engage. How you engage with yourself is where it begins. And how you communicate, what you communicate to others, is what sets you apart from anyone else. And in case no one's told you, let me be the first. There's no one on this planet exactly like you. And if you aren't willing to step into the best of who you are and share your gifts with the world, look at what the rest of the world will miss by you not showing up with the best of who you are. On some level, isn't that what you really want for your life? To have a genuine sense of belonging where the world gets to connect with the best of who you are? Our personal commitment at Dr. Helen Holton and Associates, and me personally as Dr. Helen Holton, my personal commitment to you is to help you bring your best, your A game to the world, to experience, for us to experience. It's here where we support, guide, and coach you through to connect and engage deeper with who you are becoming at your best. Because here's the thing, life is a journey. If you get to a point where you say, well, I've done everything I wanted to do, now what? It's time to go back and think a little deeper, search a little deeper, explore what keeps you waking up every day with a sense of joy and excitement about a new day. Lee Shulman I'm sharing with you a quote from her, and she said, if you keep working at it, if you keep moving forward, you will achieve what you want. Let me repeat that. If you keep working at it, you keep moving forward, you will achieve what you want. What a simple and powerful message for where we're going today as we explore what it means to live in the space of level 3. Now, before we jump right into level 3, I want to recap some of what was discussed about level 1, which is position. Level 1, think of it as being on the first rung of life. When you're setting out your path to do and be who you are as the leader that you are or that you're becoming. Position, this is your entry into leadership. If it's with a job, you've been placed in a position of authority that is tied to your job description. It has a title or right of leadership. You get to tell people what to do and in some levels demand that they do their job. Now, you've not gained any influence for people to want to follow you just yet, not at position. You're really sticking your foot in the water to see, is this the place for me? Is this what I really want? However, you have the position and you have the title. Sometimes that description contains very little opportunity for real authority as a leader. It's often that entry-level position many of us have entered to begin the ascent or climb to greater leadership, real leadership. This is not the level where you're in position to be the boss unless you're the founder of the organization or have launched out to say, I'm going to fly my own kite the way I want to. And even then, there are ways of being that reflect the mindset of a leader beyond being, quote unquote, the boss. Level 2, we're talking about permission here. And not that you're asking anyone for permission. However, permission implies that the people you lead are now granting you permission to lead them. It's where you begin to understand relationships and use the relationship with the intention of growing the people. In the process of looking and seeking to grow others, guess what? You grow as well. You're developing what it really means to be a leader. And a lot of permission is about the relationships that you're building and that you're recognizing the people who help you get things done as the leader. People begin to follow you here in permission because they want to. They're giving you permission to lead them. People don't feel obligated to follow you, as when you start out at level 1 in position. No, you're building relationships with the people you lead, and they now want to follow you. It's not about people specifically asking you for permission. It's something they choose to do because of how you value and serve them. Relationships are a two-way street. It's not all downstream, it's also upstream. So think about this as you're continuing to climb and develop and become an outstanding leader. Now we're going to step into level 3. Production produces results. And this is so much more than how many widgets have gone through your shift in leadership. No, production is about results. It's the midpoint on the ascent to mastery of leadership. What do I mean by that? This is where you really begin to get things done. And it's based upon what you've done in level 1 and level 2. You've been put in a position. You have been developing. Well, no, you're not developing yet. However, you're building relationships. You're in position. And so in position means that, hey, I got rights. When you get to level 2 of permission, okay, am I using those rights in a way of lauding my power over them? Or am I looking to build relationships with them? It's in level 3 that when you're successful at it, you've gained some mastery of levels 1 and 2, and they're beginning to pay off. It's in level 3 that your momentum takes off. Have you ever found yourself, let's say on Boss's Day, in America, we have all these days of things we're honoring. Like the other day was, what was it? It was something like it's chocolate chip cookie day. It's whatever, or take your boss to lunch day. Whatever it is, we have these little days that we put on the calendar, giving us reasons to do other things. I don't know. But anyway, let me get back to where I'm going. Your momentum takes off at level 3. Your professional development and personal growth become more evident to you as people are following you, because you're giving them reason to. You're demonstrating that you value them and that you're investing in them. And that helps to get your momentum going. Your loyalty is growing among the people you lead. They actually are showing up because they see that you're doing things that are making a difference within the organization. Results. Things are happening. You're gaining success in whatever it is, how you're leading the people with your team. Productivity is higher. One of those measures of success. People are growing and reaching goals. And I want to say something important about that. Today, in the workplace, people don't want to be bossed, told what to do. Sometimes they come to bounce ideas off of you. And this is where coaching, or not just giving people the answers to the questions they come with you at, but helping them to think about what's the best answer, what's the best path to take, how should they handle this? You're helping them, you're empowering them and helping them to grow. And they're recognizing their growth, that they're reaching goals. They're not, when you just tell people what to do, does it really feel like a goal? Not in most cases. It's just, well, I just show up and I do whatever they tell me to do. And when the end of the day's done, I'm out of there. No, this is where you're actually empowering them to think about what they're doing and invest in the opportunity to do something. You're gaining success. Productivity is higher. People are growing and reaching goals. Morale is high. That's a biggie today. That is something really big today. Don't miss that. Because when morale is high, turnover tends to be low. And when you have lower turnover, you're not spending time hiring in new people to fill the spaces that others have left. It's also an indicator when you're producing results, is that problems are being solved. When you've got all this going on, that's what's happening. Your influence is growing. And at the end of the day, leadership is about influence. It's about who's following you, who's being attentive to what it is that you do, that you're bringing, and how you're helping people to be valued and seen and heard. They begin to feel like they really matter. And influence isn't developed by rules and regulations. It's housed in how you treat and value people, individually and collectively. Now, if you're not willing to build relationships, if you want to stay where you just tell people what you exercise the rights you have without investing in people, you're probably not going to make it to level 3. And if you make it to level 3 by some slither of a chance, if you are not building those relationships to get more things done, you're not going to keep people following you. You're going to diminish your influence instead of grow it. Yeah. When you really develop authentic and transparent relationships anchored in honesty and truth, these are relationships that will probably last you a lifetime and help you to do better at productivity. Production produces results. What are you producing with the people that you're working with the organization? Whether the production are items off of a line, widgets, or serving people. So whether it's a product or service, you can measure and track production and how you're making an impact to have the organization be more and not less. Yeah, interesting, isn't it? How all these things work together. However, level 3 is like midpoint through to this ascent to really becoming a masterful leader. And it doesn't happen overnight. It does take time, investment, learning, new learning. The most effective leaders are lifelong learners. And so what are you learning that's going to help people be more curious and want to follow you? And the more you're learning along the way, it's improving the results that are coming because of the time and effort you're putting into the production of them. When I look back over my life of leadership, true story, most jobs that or career moves that I have made in my life, and when you give them notice and they're finding a replacement and they want an effective transition of what you do to the next person coming along board. For me, what I've learned is that when I leave, I'm often having to train more than one person to do what I did. It used to bother me. However, it's become something that has helped me to understand. Well, clearly I was producing at a higher level, a high enough level that they thought, let's split this between 2 people. Without me getting caught up in the negativity that can come with that. Well, if they'd given me more money, maybe I would have stayed. Or, those thoughts we go through when you're going to make a change. It largely begins with because you don't feel valued by that organization anymore. And who is the person in best position to demonstrate the value of you being in the position you're in? It's that person you report to immediately. Yeah, there is a chain of command. There is a pathway. There are indicators that help you to understand. And sometimes it puts you in a position to do what they might term manage up. What can you do to help the person you report to be more successful so that the team can be more successful, so that there's growth taking place? That's also a way of having production produce results. And sometimes it might mean that you get promoted over the person you report to. So it's developing leadership. It's moving you up towards really showing up as an effective leader. When you think about the role trust plays in your life, what comes to mind? Trust is a big factor. And what I can share with you is that as a strengths, resilience, and leadership coach, sometimes people think I've got it all figured out. I don't. I work with leaders every day to help you level up your leadership through coaching, mentoring, and consulting and training. However, I'm only here where I am because I have coaches that help me to help me see the blind spots or the things that I'm missing, to help me challenge myself by going deeper within myself. And it's a beautiful thing. We all need each other, and leaders need people to help them become better leaders. Not my words, the proof's in the pudding. Oh, that's a little saying that I can't remember when I first heard it. I think it was one of my grandparents, that the proof is in the pudding. Production produces results. What are you doing to drive results up so that those people that follow you have a real sense that they're going somewhere, that they can see the results, that no one has to tell them, they can live them and experience, that people are more cheerful, that morale is higher, that fewer people are resigning and leaving, even in this time of the great resignation or the great reshuffling, people right aligning where they are and how they want to show up in the world. Well, here at Dr. Helen Speaks, Strengths, Resilience, and Leadership, the number one goal is to motivate, inspire, and help you change your reality by supporting your move forward in the pursuit of your dreams and desires, your purpose, passion, and calling in life. Because your greatest you deserves nothing less. We show up here each week to help to empower you by leveraging your strengths, navigating weaknesses, and building resilience. Time and time again, we're clear. We use an innovative, heart-centered approach to help you achieve more success, less stress, and greater joy in life, personally and professionally. It's not rocket science. It's not a canned approach. It's really customized to who you are and what you want and what your time horizons look like, and to help you get to where you want to be and do what you want to do. It is oh so important. As I shared with a group the other day, everything in this life rises and falls on leadership. It really does. Give some thought to it. Whether you're thinking about global leaders in the world or the leader that you report to on a daily basis. And sometimes that leader might be a board of directors or an advisory board if you're a solopreneur. Sometimes that leader may be, I'm in ministry, and sometimes, and that leader is often the bishop. And before you get to the bishop, you've got a presiding elder, and then you've got, from the presiding elder, you've got the bishop. Or before that, you've got the pastor. I'm not the pastor, I'm on the ministerial staff, but there's always a chain of leadership in what we do. But the ultimate leader of where you go in this life begins here, within you. Do you have the opportunity to do what you do best every day? And I ask that because it's a powerful question to get you to consider what you do best and how does it show up in your daily life. Are you living your best life ever? That's what we want for you. And that's why when you show up, we're going to always have content and information to help you figure that out and choose the best path for you to do it. So we invite you to come back weekly, to join the community of Dr. Helen Speaks, Strengths, Resilience, and Leadership. here on the Win-Win Women TV network, where we show up every Tuesday, 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern time. And you can catch our replays on Roku TV, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Our goal is to help you live your best life ever, doing what you do best.